Well, last Friday night, YCN followed New Jersey Governor Christie as he stumped for presidential primary votes in the hometown of Dartmouth College. Now, when he arrived at the Salt Hill Pub and saw a packed and overflowing house, his response was that he didn't realize that there were that many Republicans in Hanover, New Hampshire. Now, this brought a collective loud laugh from those gathered, but transitioned to a more serious note as he addressed topics that included addiction, China's expansion in the South China Sea, Dodd-Frank, nuclear power, working with the opposition, healthcare, education, and much more. Let's take a look.
That's why I tell people that when I say I'm pro-life for the whole life. It's easy to be pro-life for the 9 months they're in the womb. They've done nothing to disappoint us yet, right? In the womb, they're pretty good. They come out and they're live human beings, and they make decisions and choices and things that we may not agree with and that at times disappoint us and at times anger us. We got to understand that everybody makes bad choices, right? I can't imagine that there's a person in this bar tonight that hasn't made a bad choice. In fact, when I look at some of you, you're on your way to bad choices tonight. The lucky thing is that we didn't make a bad choice about drugs. Because if we did, we could become an addict like that. So if we've all made bad choices that we look back on and say, I'd do it differently, why are we penalizing those people who made the bad choice regarding drugs? We need to embrace them and tell them that we're going to help them. I think the major flaw with the Affordable Care Act, Obamacare, is that it's a federal system at all. Let's look at the two states that I'm now becoming most familiar with, my home state of New Jersey and my second home state of New Hampshire. We both are about the same size from a landmass perspective, roughly speaking. You have 1.3 million people here in New Hampshire. I have 8.9 million people in New Jersey. Why would anyone think that one healthcare system could address the problems and the challenges of a state of this size with 1.3 million people versus a state of my size with 8.9 million people? Let's take New Hampshire, for example. Most of your problems of access to healthcare, many of them, surround distance. People who don't have specialist types of healthcare that are relatively close, they have to travel long distances either within New Hampshire or outside of New Hampshire to go and get that care. Let me tell you, in New Jersey, that's not our problem. We trip over a hospital about every 4 miles in New Jersey. They're everywhere.
Now, we will have much longer segments of Christie's Hanover visit on future series of Capital Connections. So if you'd like to see those, please stay posted.